This is All of It on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. Mid-month, Lincoln Center will kick off its annual American Songbook series. And on March 19th, my next guest, Tony winner Ruthie Ann Miles, will perform her first major solo concert. Not too long ago, she stopped by our studio with the team from the Public's The Seat of Our Pants. And now she's back here with us in studio to give us a very special concert preview. Hi, Ruthie. Lincoln Center's American Songbook has been running since 1999, bringing artists to reinterpret and reimagine foundational works in the American musical canon. This year's series was curated by my other guest, Clint Ramos, Tony-winning costume designer and artist in residence at Lincoln Center. Clint, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So, Clint, how does the American Songbook series fit into your duties as artist in residence?
Well, I think a lot of my duties involve programming, and also consulting with artists we engage with. I'm also the visual director for the Summer for the City Festival. And so in many ways, I'm just the busybody at Lincoln Center, really.
Lincoln Center's busybody. I like that. So, Ruthie, what was the appeal of being a part of this series?
Well, to be honest, Clint took me out for lunch and he asked me if I would be a part of American Songbook, and I said no.
She was my first ask.
Was your first ask?
First ask.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I said no, thank you, but no. I say a lot of no in my life. And
it's
he
okay.
said,
it's good
would
to
you
say
consider
no sometimes.
I think so too.
Sometimes it's okay.
But it turns out I say no 99% of the time. So he said, it's time for you to say yes. I said, Clint, I haven't done this before. I haven't been on stage by myself before. I'm petrified. I would need to be surrounded by my best friends, barefoot, in pajamas, blindfolded, so that I wouldn't see the audience and I wouldn't be scared about, being the one that people look at.
Yeah.
And so then he reached out to my reps and they said, "Hey, Ruthie, excited? You might do this." I said, no. I very clearly told Clint, no. And somehow they all interpreted my very clear no as yes. And then suddenly it was on the calendar and here we are.
Clint, why did you know this was Ruthie's time to be able to do this? Because you heard no, but you knew instinctively yes was the right answer.
Yeah, Ruthie and I have known each other for a long time, and I consider her one of my great friends. I feel like Ruthie is probably the best interpreter of lyrics in the American musical theater world. And not only is she an amazing singer, but the way she imbues life into song is singular. And I'm not saying this because she's my friend, but because, we all know it.
That's very sweet.
And I knew that Ruthie, in her artist journey, really needed, not needed, but we were ready for Ruthie. It wasn't that Ruthie was ready for us. She's been ready for us a long time, right? I think we need to hear from Ruthie in this manner,
When you finally got to yes, when your no turned into a yes, why did it turn into a yes? Did you start to believe in yourself the way that Clint believes in you?
I wish I could say yes, because that would be a wonderful hero story. I start to believe in myself and then I step into my light and my power and my strength. But the first thing I did was I took 2 weeks to work up the text message to Adam Rothenberg here, who's my right-hand man. He's playing piano for me today. But I said, "Hey, Adam, my everything in me wants to scream and run the other way. Is this something you think that you could hold my hand through?" And with nothing but emojis and exclamation points and love, Adam was like, "Yes, of course." And so then I said, "Then you have to literally take my hand and walk me through this, because I don't know how to do it, and everything about me is screaming the brakes." And so, just step by step, and with loving care, we've created a program.
A wonderful program, yes.
With a smile on her face, sort of a smile.
Is this a smile? My daughter recently asked me what a grin is, and I said, well, it's not far from a grimace. That's what I feel like I've got on, but you tell me.
Well, consider this a practice run.
Yes.
This is what you're going to do. You're going to sing a song for us.
That's right.
What are we going to hear?
The first song I'd like to sing for you is Take Me to the World. And it's about this woman who has been sheltered in an odd story. They live in a shopping mall. But it's a story of this woman who longs for life, longs to take a breath, longs to see what the world is like, longs to see the sun, longs to see what the clouds are and what fresh air is like in her lungs. And it comes in the very towards the beginning of my program, and especially where it falls, I talk a little bit about my personal history and just the way that I felt like I've been drowning, and how I really do want to see the world. And so that's what the ask of this song is.
This is Ruthie Ann Miles.
Let me see the world with clouds. Take me to the world, out where I can push through crowds. Take me to the world, a world of skies that's bursting with surprise, to open up my eyes for joy. Take me to the world that's real. Show me how it's done. Teach me how to laugh, to feel. Move me to the sun. Just hold my hand whenever we arrive. Take me to the world where I can be alive. We shall see the world come true. We shall have the world. I won't be afraid with you. We shall have the world. I'll hold your hand and know I'm not alone. We shall have the world to keep. Such a lovely world we'll weep. We shall have the world forever for our own.
That was Ruthie Ann Miles. Ruthie will be performing a solo concert, Perfectly Imperfect, as part of the American Songbook series. She's my guest along with Clint Ramos. Clint is the curator of Lincoln Center's upcoming event, American Songbook. That was great, by the way. Just wanted to say that. Clint, this year's American Songbook series is titled Echoes of an Inheritance. What does that mean?
When Shanta Thake asked if I would be interested in curating the American Songbook, of course, it's such a great honor, and I really wanted to look at those two words, American and Songbook, and I think what I wanted to do was sort of really get back to the artist, and approach American music or the American Songbook, not as a fixed archive, but as a series of questions, right? And the artists that I've invited were excited about this idea. Like, what if it is a songbook? Is it, what if the American Songbook is not also this repertoire, but rather how we create song in this country, And I think at the heart of this is that I wanted to really punctuate this idea that American musical identity is us. Mm-hmm. All of us now, right, with all of what we bring, our many histories, and always this desire to search for the undiscovered, And so, as you can see with all of the artists that we've engaged with, it really runs the gamut between form and content,
It's been interesting because Ingrid Michaelson's on the
Yes,
list.
yes.
You've got Grammy-winning gospel singer Donald Lawrence.
Yes.
How is that reflected in the lineup, the diversity of the people you have?
Yeah. I think when we think about, again, going back to those two words, right? What is it to be American, right? And what is it that, how do we create song now, right? And it's so much all of that is so much part of our history, right? And we can only look at our own music if we look at ourselves, really. I think we are in such a, I would say, a cultural contradiction period in America, in America right now, and there is this very visible desire to pursue this manifest destiny. When I really think that the undiscovered, that the riches are within us. And I think that's how I at least I've looked at these amazing artists across all acts, right? Yes, it is about diversity or representation, but it is really about who are we as Americans and how do we create song.
Ruthie, your concert on March 19th is called Perfectly Imperfect. What inspired the name?
Again, and I don't mean to berate myself, but I said, to my reps and to Adam and to my friends who are helping me create this, I said, anything that comes from me is going to be imperfect just by nature. And it's, for example, if I do a slate for an audition, you see me running back to take my shoes off because I don't do shoes in my home. So you'll see me take off my shoes and I'll stand on a piece of paper and say, "Hi, I'm Ruthie Amans, I'm 5 years," and then I'll take my shoes off and I'll run back to the camera. And that's just who I am. You're never going to get a perfect take from me. And then I thought, with lots of discussion and therapy, that is who you are. And that's okay. It's actually wonderful. We embrace you. And so if I can accept myself just as I am, knowing that the end product may not be perfect the way that someone else could see, but that means I am perfect and imperfect, and that's just right.
On the event page, it describes the concert as an exploration between the different roles that you've played in your life, artist, daughter, wife, and mother. How did you approach the concert and the set list with that in mind?
Wow, Allison, that's a little heavier.
Yeah.
And is this okay?
Yes.
If you're comfortable. And if you're not, it's fine.
Yeah. My personal story includes now that every song in the whole wide world is interlaced with the music of my 2 daughters that we lost in a car crash. We were hit by a car. And there's no song, no melody that doesn't have them in it. And what makes it hard is that even happy songs have a loss in them. Even joyful songs remind me that I'm longing for something. And so it's this constant push and pull. And it reminded me as a Korean American daughter, when we first immigrated to America, what it was like to be in 2 different worlds, pushing and pulling all at the same time. As a wife, I am being pushed and pulled in different directions. As a mother now, we have a 5-year-old daughter, Hope, and I get pushed and pulled in all these, and it's just who I am now.
Yeah.
And so if I can embrace that, and if I can create this, this arc in the story that I would like to tell, and I hope the audience would, be flexible and be gracious with me as I try to, do all of this in an hour. But the beginning of the concert starts in a winter, and eventually we sense spring is coming. And then by the end, I hope the audience sees that even though we know summer is coming, the sun is coming, it's okay to still feel the stillness of winter.
Of course.
And the loneliness. And, the push and pull is always going to be there, 2 steps up, 1 step back. And that's what I'm hoping that the audience will see through the
And I
evening.
think they will. I think part of, what Ruthie's talking about is that across all of the artists that we've invited is that what you will witness, aside from exemplary performances, of course, are artists creating in the minute, They are, they are bringing their full selves, their full humanity, because how could you not? I think song, American song, requires us to be fully in that. To be fully in ourselves, to deliver a kind of honesty that we associate being American with.
It's so interesting to hear you talk about that, and thank you for your candor. This is a Pay What You Wish concert series.
Yes.
And that really struck me.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about why you decided this should be a Pay What You Wish.
Well, most of our performances at Lincoln Center are free or pay what you wish.
Yeah.
It's I think Lincoln Center is institutionally, this is what we do. We give gifts of culture and the arts to New Yorkers and to those who visit us, right? And it's very important. Not a lot of people actually know this, but it's important that we not only create access, but we sustain access.
Why is it important to you that it's Pay What You Wish, Ruthie?
It means that everybody can come.
Mm-hmm.
There's, of course, the option to pay more for those who can cover someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people who cannot afford that, but they want to come and witness and be and grow and experience. And so those people can pay what they can or not. And there are people who can and will. It's so inclusive.
I'm talking with Tony winners Ruthie Ann Miles and Clint Ramos. Clint is the curator of Lincoln Center's upcoming event series, American Songbook. Ruthie will be performing a solo concert, Perfectly Imperfect, as part of it. That is happening on March 19th. Could you play us out with one more song?
I'm happy to. Thanks, Allison. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, oh, it's all right. Little darling, here comes the sun. You're all right.
That was Ruthie Ann Miles. Did I forget to ask you anything that you think's important that you want to tell people about the American Songbook?
Please visit us AmericanSongbook.org to see all the information about all of our events.
Clint Ramos, Ruthie Ann Miles.
Thank
The
you.
concert is on March 19th. Thank you for coming in. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you.